most important thing in life is learning how to fall. People tend to complicate their own lives, as if living weren't already complicated enough. To suffer without complaint is the only lesson we have to learn in this life. I don't think anyone ever gets over anything in life. They merely get used to it. Your fear is 100% dependent on you for its survival. Give out what you most want to come back. Listen to what you know instead of what you fear. Shortcuts make long delays. Being safe doesn't mean you won't be sorry. Your sacred space is where you can find yourself over and over again. Money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. What gets measured gets improved. If you do not have control over your mouth, you will not have control over your future. Life's too short to regret for not doing what we love. You can't wait around for something to become good. It either is or isn't. Don't change your principles to make them fit into another person's mold. There are certain life lessons that you can only learn in the struggle. Lessons in life will be repeated until they are learned. If there was any great lesson in life, it was this: no battle was ever won with silence. When patience pans out, you realize you've not waited for long. Sometimes you don't realize how strong you are until you're tested. Everything is possible, isn't it? The world soon teaches one that. If you are still alive, do not lose hope. You can always start anew. The day you decide you know all you should or could is the day you start dying. Every fault made is another valuable lesson learned. Solitude is our greatest teacher. I'm grateful for every scar, some pages turned, some bridges burned, but there were lessons learned. So learning to appreciate your lessons, mistakes, and setbacks as stepping stones to the future is a clear sign you're moving in the right direction. One of my biggest lessons in life is, we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. Ultimately, there is no such thing as failure. There are lessons learned in different ways. I am not someone who is ashamed of my past. I'm actually really proud. I know I made a lot of mistakes, but they in turn were my life lessons. A tough lesson in life that one has to learn is that not everybody wishes you well. Life's lessons take a lifetime to learn. That's just how it is in life's classroom. But as we learn, we teach others. We are all teachers in the school of life. The most valuable lessons in life cannot be taught. They must be experienced. So learn your lessons and be thorough with the long road of experience. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Many of us go down a sad path when we let our egos make us suffer. People only get better with experience if they are willing to learn and understand the lessons that are given to them through the bad times in their lives. I have taken the biggest lesson of all from animals, needless to say, and discovering that living for the day is the way to live. As life's lessons are learned, spiritual truth emerges. Life's lessons are hard, but we have all learned ways to cope with tragedy, as well as seeing the lessons is what my kids and I now call the storms of life. Life's lessons are about learning one or more of the values of the truth. One important thing to consider is that we are born ready to give and receive love, but our life lessons get in the way of experiencing this gift. Accept responsibility for your life. Know that it is you who will get you where you want to go, no one else. No matter how much suffering you went through, you never wanted to let go of those memories. You ought to know how to rise above the trivialities of life, in which most people are found drowning themselves. Every day is a new beginning and a chance to blow it. It took a long time, but I have learned that you just can't take anything you want out of life without putting something back in exchange. Sometimes life's so much cooler when you just don't know any better, and all the painful lessons have not hammered your head open yet.
focus, and simplicity. Once you get there, you can move mountains. Remember that winners do what losers don't want to do. Just a reminder, what other people think of you is none of your business. Learn to listen. Opportunity sometimes knocks very softly. I learned it by doing it, and I was scared to death. Be tough-minded but tender-hearted. Childhood decisions do not have to define you. There are some things you learn best in calm, and some in storm. My ideas usually come not at my desk writing, but in the midst of living. The big lesson in life, baby, is never be scared of anyone or anything.
Never back down from a real challenge. They give the best lessons in life. Speaking of friends, the best ones always have your back. Sheer persistence is the difference between success and failure. Rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out. Time management is about life management. Things are what they are, and whatever will be, will be. What helps you persevere is your resilience and commitment. I made up my mind not to care so much about the destination and simply enjoy the journey. Be comforted, dear soul. There is always light behind the clouds. Life is short. Focus on what really matters most. You have to change your priorities over time. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. You just can't let life happen to you. You have to make life